English senior announced. Replying to the debate, the Prime Minister said, "My approach to the language question is not the approach of those worthy colleagues of ours whom I would call the Hindi enthusiasts, nor is it is the approach of other colleagues who are the English enthusiasts. I am an enthusiast of both English and Hindi. When I say Hindi, I mean the Indian languages. I do not see any real conflict between the languages. In the course of the debate, many aspects of the language issue have been referred to. In the case of language, the major change that has come over India is that the medium of instruction in schools is now the language of the state. English is certainly used in education, especially in the universities, but the instruction in the regional language is a big break linguistically from the past. You can therefore record English only as a secondary language, a compulsory secondary language if you like, a highly important language, but a language which is not the medium of instruction. It is learned as a foreign language. That is inevitable and also right. There are certain risks and dangers in the Indian languages developing a separateness. We should fight any such tendency, but in fighting it, we should try not to come in the way of their development. We should encourage their fullest development. I believe it is through such development that the languages can come together. We shall get over the danger of linguistic separatism as long as we encourage the right tendencies and one language group does not try to impose its will on other groups. Take Hindi. Hindi is at present objected to by many people in the south. Why? Because of a feeling of imposition and not because they are against Hindi. As a matter of fact, there are vast numbers of people in the south learning Hindi and learning it very well. Hindi is progressing there, but the moment you talk of any kind of imposition, they get angry quite rightly. Therefore, all talk of imposition must go. I should go further and tell the people of the south that if they do not want to learn Hindi, let them not learn Hindi. Let us adopt this approach if they desire so, and thereby we will gradually bring them nearer. I repeat that the big thing that has happened in India is that the medium of instruction has changed from English to the regional languages. It is right and essential for our education to be in the regional languages if we have to deal with the masses of our people. I have said I am partial to language, but I am also partial to the masses of this country. I cannot forget that we have to carry 400 million people and we cannot carry them philosophically, emotionally or practically in any way except through your language. It is no good forgetting that it is the non-English knowledging people who will decide the fate of India. Because they are the vast majority in this country, we have to encourage our languages and we have to conduct our education and work progressively in our languages in order to keep in touch with the people and to bring them into emotional contact with what is happening in the government and in the country. Our constitution laid it down that Hindi should develop progressively. We took that decision not because Hindi is better or more powerful than the other languages, but the certain very practical reasons. I believe that this should be done. I suggest two things. Firstly, as I have said, there must be no imposition. Secondly, for an indefinite period, I do not know how long I would have English as an associate additional language which can be used for official purposes. Letter from Krishna and Company, 3 Anna Salai, Madras, to Messrs. Rama and Company, 10 Car Street, Tiruchirappalli. Dear Sirs, we are in receipt of your letter of the 3rd March. As you are aware, we have been manufacturing and selling domestic appliances for a long time. We are enclosing here with a catalog of our goods, and we shall be glad if you select the articles that you desire to purchase from us and places the necessary order with us. We assure you that on receipt of your order, we shall take necessary steps to supply them to you at an early date. Normally, the goods will be supplied to you within 2 weeks from the date of receipt of order. As a special case, we shall try to supply you the goods required within a week from the date of receipt of order. One of the terms and conditions of sale is that if any of the goods are found damaged or are not working properly, we shall be pleased to supply fresh ones in their places. Yours faithfully.